Good evening and welcome to Hull Kingston Rovers for a vital game in Leeds' Stones Bidder Championship Challenge. Well, after that defeat at Wakefield on Sunday, Leeds now really must hope for better things and also for other sides to slip up. So let's have a look at the Leeds side, and at fullback it's Gary Spencer, then it's Phil Ford, Garry Schofield and Carl Gibson, with John Bentley on the left wing, and the halfbacks Creaser and Ashton. And the forwards today, well, a few notable exceptions. Powell comes in at number 8 in place of Lee Crooks. At 9 is Colin Maskell, and at 10 is Paul Gill, the captain of the Alliance side. 11 is Price, 12 Mark Brook Cowden, 13 David Heron, and the substitutes today Gary Lord and Richard Gunn. Well, going across to Hull Kingston, of course, they're in danger of relegation, and this is a game that they really need to win as well. So it's George Fairburn at fullback, and then it's Anthony Sullivan, David Laws, Mike Fletcher and Richard Pratt. The halfback partnership of Wayne Parker and David Bishop has certainly come good this season. The front row will be Colin Armstrong, David Watkinson and Michael Porter, and the forwards to the second row will be Des Harrison and Paul Fletcher, with Gavin Miller at loose forward. The substitutes Steve Robinson and Craig O'Brien. Referee tonight is Mr. Kershaw from Easingwold, and it's going to be Hull Kingston Rovers to kick off. It's a very important game, this, for both sides. Leeds in particular must win it to keep alive their championship hopes, and Hull Kingston to avoid relegation. And straight away Phil Ford in the action. And Roy Powell in the unusual position of prop tonight. Lee Crooks and Hugh Waddell both out. And immediately a penalty to Leeds. John Bentley to take it and makes good ground. I said last Sunday that I felt that Leeds' Championship Challenge was probably going to be over, but you never know, and a couple of defeats for Widnes and Castleford, and also for Wigan, who are coming on strong at the moment, could give Leeds the championship. But it's a tall order, and a game tonight should really be here for the taking, but with a weakened side, especially up front, Leeds will be hoping to get the 2 points. Well, you have to go back to January the 15th for Hull Kingston's last Stones Bidder Championship victory. That was against Oldham, and they won by 34 points to 6. That was here at Hull Kingston, and they've only other point that they've gained was on February the 19th when they drew at Halifax by 12 points apiece. Recent defeats by Wigan by just that 1 point, 19 points to 18, and against Featherstone Rovers when they were beaten 28 points to 6 at Post Office Road. So both sides having a touch of the ball early on. Oh, and a good break on there by Paul Gill. Paul getting his chance with Hugh Waddell being out. And, it's a little bit of slipshod handling, but David Creaser picks that one up. And Watkinson doing the tackling there with Paul Fletcher. So we'll see how this new look Leeds side progresses tonight. Garry Schofield getting better with each week, and his confidence returning. That wasn't a particularly good kick, but puts Richard Pratt in a little bit of trouble, and inside his own 25. So the scene set. Reasonable night, no much wind. And no rain, the pitch in good condition. And Bishop going forward. with Wayne Parker. Wayne Parker in possession. Acting half-back is Davy Watkinson. It's a ball out there to Paul Fletcher. So Fletcher's going nowhere with 3 Leeds defenders around him. And a good long kick there by Wayne Parker, and that quite easily beats John Bentley. A good crowd, plenty of people from Leeds. And the scrum forming just outside the Leeds 25. And it's won there by Bishop and Watkinson. Back by Gavin Miller. And Hull Kingston will be relying on Miller and Bishop to pave the way for a series of raids. And Leeds caught offside by the looks of it. No, certainly not, and it's a penalty to Leeds. Well, for a moment there, I thought they'd infringed offside, but the referee decided not, and infringement from Hull Kingston gives Leeds the penalty. So right on halfway, no score at the moment. And this time they are caught offside, and another 10 yards for talking, which is a bad thing to do in this situation because it's taken now within striking distance of goal. Some 35 yards out. And Mike Fletcher is going to come up and have a crack at goal. No bucket of sand for Fletcher. As you can see, it's fairly straight. There's very little wind. And this is a good opportunity for Hull Kingston. Up comes Fletcher, strikes it well, and it's there. Well, a good kick by Fletcher, and it gives Hull Kingston a 2-0 lead. It's Hull Kingston 2, Leeds 0. So, good start for Hull. And Leeds penalised there for talking when the referee gave a decision and disagreeing with it. 10 yards further, and that gave Fletcher the chance. The match at Headingley earlier this season, where Leeds won by 21 points to 8. Schofield, Ettinghausen, Maskell and Brooke Cowden were the try scorers. 2 goals by Davy Stevenson and a drop goal by Ray Ashton. And taken by Gary Spencer. Plows forward. I thought one of the better Leeds players on Sunday at Wakefield. Leeds getting to halfway. Paul Gill, Maskell, Ashton, Heron looking for support, but people wide on both sides, but nobody just behind him. Ashton again acting half. Back to Garry Schofield, hoists that one deep. It's a good kick, it's bouncing away, but it's just going to run the wrong way, and George Fairburn and Anthony Sullivan there going back to cover that one. The ball had bounced right for Garry Schofield. It had gone into touch. It didn't, just rolling, dead, and so it's tap start on the 25. Hull using the very large pack to drive forward, to create gaps for some of these backs, Bishop and in particular. Good handling movement, and Leeds must pin them down. Their midfield tackling recently has been quite woeful at times. And Bishop there striding through. Oh, good ball out. Chance here, Fairburn gets the ball out. And it's over. Well, in the corner, a good handling movement. Fairburn, David Laws and Anthony Sullivan coming on the right flank, taking that ball. Superbly handled. It started with some bad tackling in midfield. David Bishop handing the ball on. And once the ball was out to Gavin Miller got the ball there to Fairburn. Fairburn to David Laws. Let's have a look at it again. Here's Gavin Miller coming up. Inside there. Lovely little ball by Fairburn. Fairburn to Laws, and Laws out to Sullivan. Sullivan taking the ball and getting just before the dead ball line. 6-0 straight away to Hull Kingston. We've had just 8 minutes. A towering kick by Fletcher, and what a beautiful kick from the touchline. Well, Leeds in desperate trouble at 8-0 already. So Kingston 8, Leeds 0. And Gary Price in there. Once again, looking for that opening down the centre. This time Roy Powell stops it. And that looked forward by a mile, but getting away with it. Driving forward there, the left centres, Mike Fletcher and Richard Pratt. Wayne Parker. Leeds must tackle hard here now and get back into this game as soon as possible. Miller kicks it long and once again finds a good touch. Hull Kingston dominating the game at the moment, 8 points to 0 in front. Plenty of time for Leeds to come back, another 70 minutes yet. Confidence a little low, I would think, after the defeat at Wakefield, when really they should have won the game, 10-point lead. And now inside their own 25. Maskell at the play the ball. It's the ball out to Gill. And a big weight of responsibility on the shoulders of these two props. And driving in is Roy Powell, the other one. And Brooke Cowden and Gary Price, the second row. And David Heron at loose forward. So good kick downfield, and Hull Kingston now penned in their own 25. Second tackle. Sullivan the try scorer, but he's not going very far. And with Castleford coming up on Sunday, then it's vital that Leeds win this game. I must have said it 5 times already, but it really is so very vital. That's good tackling. Harry Spencer in the line there, making sure. Miller tries to kick that one through, but can't get the angle. Garry Schofield jinks past one defender, but caught by the ankles by Richard Pratt. Phil Ford. No room for Ford, and Ford's back where Schofield started from. Well, Gibson gets it outside. Ooh, and Bentley takes a tremendously high tackle there. Well, there should at least be something more than a penalty Bentley coming in off that left wing, sidestepped and the arm outstretched. The referee at the moment hasn't found the culprit. He's only given a penalty. Bentley looks to be okay. Tremendous stiff arm tackle coming there on John Bentley. So Leeds have the possession inside the Hull Kingston 25 and really now need to make these next 6 tackles count. 5 left. And Gary Price. Ashton. Oh, and Ashton gets knocked over there by his own man. Roy Powell it was, and Ashton's down injured, but the game goes on. Gill driving forward. 10 yards out. Good chance here for Leeds if they can string something together. Creaser to Spencer, but Spencer really put in a very difficult position. That'll be hoisted up by John Bentley. It's very, very high. It's up underneath the post. Everybody's in on it. Can somebody dive on it? And the referee has decided that whoever got to it, the ball wasn't grounded. Roy Powell was under it, Brooke Cowden was under it. An offside decision, I think, given. So it's... nope. Yes, it is. It was a penalty. Thought for a moment he was going to go into the post and drop out. So Hull Kingston now inside their own 25. 8 points to 0 in front. Leeds have been putting on the pressure recently. Another penalty. So a chance here now for Hull Kingston to clear their lines. Bishop actually hammers that one into touch. Good ground being made by Hull Kingston over the halfway. Watkinson there. Bishop shapes to go one way, but runs straight into these tacklers. And Parker with another good kick, but going back to collect it, knocks it backwards. Oh, it's gone into touch. Well, from our angle there, I thought he managed to save the ball. It was not to be. John Bentley shakes his head in disbelief. And that blind side, and Sullivan looked to have knocked on. Yes, he has. So Ray Ashton to put in. Good strike by Maskell. That try of Sullivan's, I make his first try of the season for the first team. Long kick deep, chased by Ashton. But, picked up by Fairbairn. David Laws at right centre. No sign at the moment that Leeds are going to get back into this game at 8-0 down. And once again, Parker kicking and finds touch well. Garry Schofield in a fruitless chase for that one. And this half-back combination of Wayne Parker and David Bishop certainly driving Leeds back. Won again there by Maskell. Garry Schofield pinned to the ground. Still inside their own 25 Leeds, and the ball will have to go back very shortly. It goes to down the blind side. Price throws it back quite wildly, but David Heron rescues the situation. Once again, hit long. So Richard Pratt. And escapes Phil Ford. Goes down the line, but a good covering tackle by Gary Spencer. Oh, and good handling once more by Hull Kingston. They're really on the crest of a wave at the moment in this game. May not have won since January the 15th, but they're certainly well in control at the present time, and running off this half-back combination of Parker and Bishop, and with Gavin Miller also exerting quite an influence. They're 8 points to 0 in front, and a chance here to make it 10-0. And Mike Fletcher, once again, already kicked 2 out of 2. About the same distance as his first penalty, but way to the left of the post. Strikes it well, but it's going to go and fade away to the right. And Leeds in possession through Gary Spencer. Spencer getting up off his knees, manages to get round one man, but went straight into the arms of David Laws and Anthony Sullivan. Mark Brooke-Cowden, to me one of the unsung heroes of the Leeds squad. Always gives a good performance, tries his heart out. He's come on tremendously in the last 12 months. Back again, and once more Leeds trying to force the error from Hull Kingston into the 25, but Sullivan picks it up. The yard of pace difference at the present time on attack between Hull Kingston and Leeds, but still plenty of time remaining. 20 minutes of the first half gone. Another good break and into the Lancers Fairburn, and a very good covering tackle there by Phil Ford. Wrapped his arms round the Fairburn's arms so he couldn't release the ball, because he'd plenty of support there coming in from Mike Fletcher and Richard Pratt. Miller, it's won through by Parker, but John Bentley picks it off. Certainly aimed there for David Laws. Gibson looking for a break out of his own 25, but held on to there. Once again, David Heron in midfield, looking for support. Support just a little bit too quick on the scene. It was past him before he could release the ball. And ball out, and that's very dangerous, and put Carl Gibson in a lot of trouble. Fortunately, Carl hangs onto the ball well. Nearly an interception. Lee's trying to keep the ball alive, and Gibson shapes to go one way, but a good tackle by Fairburn. And Bishop completing it. Out ball to Ford. But Ford's going to have to come back. The ball forward. So, Hull Kingston then 8, Leeds 0. And those points coming as early as the 5th and 8th minutes, 5 minutes of penalty by Paul Fletcher, 2-0 to Hull Kingston. And then Anthony Sullivan's try in the far right-hand corner and Paul Fletcher's conversion have given us that 8-0 scoreline. Fairbairn blasts another one into the corner. And the Hull Kingston Rovers kicking game with both Parker, Bishop and Gavin Miller, and now George Fairbairn driving Leeds back and keeping the pressure on them. And the scrum forming where we've had at least 3 right in that right-hand corner, 10 yards from the Leeds line. And striking there before the ball was ever put in. In fact, the man to do it was the number 12, and that was Paul Fletcher. And the man doing the goal kicking is Mike Fletcher. And once more, Leeds trying desperately to gain position, but present time have hardly been in the 25, but that's a good break. Oh, and thrown away. Parker picks it up, throws it wildly. And Richard Pratt manages to retrieve it, but the ball had gone forward. Stupid mistake by Parker because Hull Kingston had possession. He was already on the floor when he threw the ball back. So we've got a scrum, Ashton to put the ball in. And David Creaser not being able to get these backs going, plenty of pace in the Leeds backs, and get very few gaps for them to exploit, but David Heron makes a good break. Heron there, good ball inside to Spencer, Spencer still going, Maskell holds it on, can he get it out to Garry Schofield? He does, Schofield jinks inside, and Schofield's between the posts. Well, a try out of absolutely nothing, good handling all the way through, superb try. Garry Schofield finishing it off, he's still 5 yards out, he's still to do the work. But that was a very good break. Started off initially by David Heron, kept going by Gary Spencer. Let's have a look at it again. Here's David Heron, finds a gap at last, breaks through, good support here by Spencer. Spencer gets inside one man, looks to throw it left, gets it right, one-handed by Maskell. Maskell throws it inside, Garry Schofield jinks inside there, past Sullivan and under the posts. And the heart put into the lead side there by that try. Very well taken, 26 minutes. And Garry Schofield there doing what he's very good at, finishing well. Creaser kicks the goal. So David Creaser's conversion makes it now Hull Kingston Rovers 8, Leeds 6. And David Creaser now getting very close to that 1,000 points for Leeds. And now chances for Leeds, and that one has gone into touch. Well, Phil Ford missed out, but not to worry. The Hull Kingston Rovers have the put in. Could be Bishop to do it. 5 yards out. Ball bouncing around like a bar of soap here. And Leeds have it. And Gill need to burrow his way clear. hammered once again. Now Creaser long, and yet again the same combination. George Fairburn and Sullivan. Sullivan again picks it up. It's dumped to the ground there in a very, very strong tackle by Mark Brooke-Cowden. And that's good tackling by Leeds. And they've got a little bit of heart in themselves now, and the ball had gone forward, and it's a super tackle. 3 men on him, and Bishop driven back, losing the ball. Leeds with the put in. The scrum forming now. We've got some 12 minutes to half-time. And this scrum 15 yards out. Now can Maskell hook it? He does. Ashton goes in. Schofield gets the ball out. Phil Ford, well, he thought he was going to go on the outside. Gets it back to Schofield. More excitement now as Leeds, with a good chance there. Phil Ford went inside when it looked to be better go outside. He's still trying to find a way there, but wasting a tackle. Too many Hull Kingston defenders. Maskell at acting half. Throws it long. Keeping the ball moving. Creaser with a long ball out. Nearly picked up by Carl Gibson. And that, I will think, will be Hull Kingston possession. If it's not, it's certainly going to be a scrum. Trying to decide who's got the ball. It's Hull Kingston who have it. Laws. Wild pass by Gavin Miller. And Sullivan can't pick that one up, but John Bentley does. Bentley striding down the touchline, comes inside too. Save going into touch, still in possession. Bentley offloads. Brooke-Cowden pushing forward. Outside the 25. John Bentley learning very, very quickly this game of rugby league. And sensibly not going down the touchline there, but stepping inside and keeping Leeds in possession. Paul Gill. Creaser wriggling his way clear, can't get it out to Ashton. Ashton again. Swinging forward, long ball out, Gibson twisting and turning, just a yard short. Last tackle coming up. Chipped through by Garry Schofield, but very nicely taken by Colin Armstrong. Saving his team there as Leeds attackers raced in on the line. So the game at last livening up, and Leeds with that just 2-point deficit now at Hull Kingston 8, Leeds 6. But certainly well and truly in this game. Gibson. On that far side, a very poor angle for us tonight, and it's very difficult seeing. Trying to use a monitor as much as possible as John Bentley goes round. Garry Schofield racing around the outside. This is more like Garry Schofield, slips the ball inside. Going forward, Brooke-Cowden. Good handling by Leeds. Phil Ford, long ball. Schofield once more wanting the ball in the action, throws it really long to Carl Gibson. A looping pass, Gibson inside. Oh, and very nearly Creaser getting on the end of that one, but Price just couldn't get it out. And unfortunately, the ball dropped. Moment's hesitation, moment of taking your eye off the ball. And David Heron drops it, but Ray Ashley says not to worry, look, come on, we've got the ball, we're in possession. And we're inside the 25. Hull Kingston, though, regain that ball from that scrum. Tackle coming in from Phil Ford as he nearly drags the head there from Mike Fletcher. Parker. Nobody acting half there and nobody in defensive position, so he takes it, goes himself. Watkinson at acting half now. Driving in, but doesn't gain very many yardage. And that one goes to ground. And Leeds have the put-in. 6 minutes to half-time. Kingston 8, Leeds 6. Garry Schofield's try and David Creasy's conversion brought Leeds right back into this game. Schofield dithering his way through, gets up off his knees. And certainly Garry now coming right back to form. Took him a while after that shoulder injury. He was a little worried about getting more knocks on it, but certainly the last couple of weeks he's got better and better, and tonight really hungry for the ball. Paul Gill doing a manful stint in that front row. And this time it's the left wing of Pratt, who manages to pick the ball up. Most Leeds kicking has been done to Sullivan's side of the field. And Mike Fletcher fortunate to get a hand on that one with David Heron diving in. Gavin Miller gone nowhere as well. And in fact has lost the ball. Well done by Gary Price. Creaser, long thrown out ball there to Gibson. Gibson keeps it moving to Creaser once more. Creaser shapes inside, but Parker's there as well. Leeds once more in possession. They've had a lot more possession recently, and certainly giving them a lot of confidence. Schofield jinks one way. So good tackling by Hull KR. Just outside, and again Schofield taps it to himself and kicks for the corner, and that's a good kick. Good thinking by Garry Schofield. And puts again Hull Kingston back on the heels. Poor first 20 by Leeds, but since then, since that try on 26 minutes, back in this game with a vengeance. Never going to be easy here. Wigan found it very difficult. They only won by the odd point. And Leeds have managed to get that man into touch there. Richard Pratt it was, and Ashton, and good win. Ball racing across field. Gibson throws it inside. Gary Spencer does well to pick it up. Chance for Leeds here, but Spencer can't offload to anybody. Inside the 25, David Heron. Carl Gibson still going, but still 10 yards out. Can't find that clear gap. No half breaks either. Heron again. And that's not a good pass at all. Garry Schofield retrieves the situation. Ford stepping outside. Gets it back to Schofield. Schofield inside to Price. Price to Ashton. Ashton can't get it. Kicks it back. But I think that's actually gone forward in that melee. It has, and Hull Kingston will have the put-in. David Bishop. Well, Bishop and Parker trying to get Hull Kingston going again, but they've slackened off a little bit in this last 20 minutes as we approach half-time. Colin Armstrong feeling the force of that tackle there. So Hull Kingston Rovers 8, Leeds 6, and just now getting towards the half-time hoop over a superb break. That's a tremendous break coming there. Gavin Miller it was, fully 40 yards, and a chance here for Parker to drop a goal, and he has done. Well, Wayne Parker's sized up the situation. 3 points is better as a half-time lead than 2. It's given that extra point, virtually right on a half-time. It's now Hull Kingston Rovers 9, Leeds 6. Once again, breaking through in the midfield as the Hota goes for half-time. Well, it's not been too good for Leeds, but after a bad start, when Mike Fletcher kicked a penalty after 5 minutes, that put Hull Kingston 2-0 in front, and then Sullivan's try 3 minutes later, and Mike Fletcher's conversion put Hull Kingston into an 8-0 lead, and for long periods of time it looked as though Leeds were going to struggle in that first half. But then Garry Schofield's try on 26 minutes, after some very good handling work by the rest of the Leeds team, and David Crease's conversion from in front of the post, put Leeds only 2 points behind. And they had plenty of possession in that last quarter of an hour inside the Hull Kingston 25. They couldn't make it tell, and then that good breakout by Gavin Miller. Wayne Parker dropped the goal from fully 40 yards. Has given us a half-time score. Hull Kingston Rovers 9, Leeds 6. Second half about to get underway for this Stones Bidder Championship game. Vital to both sides, as we said at the start. A half-time score, Hull Kingston Rovers 9, Leeds 6. And Leeds with plenty to do to get back into this game. A good effort by the reshaped pack in the first half, and especially in that last 15-20 minutes. The situation Leeds are in at the moment, they really just need to keep on winning games and hope that, as in previous seasons, teams chasing, it's always better to have the points than to have to get them. So, John Bentley scooting around the outside and gives it to Garry Schofield, who has nowhere to go at all. A very intelligent pass by Bentley, and also wastes the tackle. And Gary Price still inside the 25. Mark Cowden, back to Roy Powell. Powell playing up prop tonight. Good play by Powell, and that's a good break. And Creaser inside to Gibson. Gibson's got Bentley on his outside, but can't throw it over his left shoulder. You dropped your camera there, I think. Schofield, oh, lovely dummy. And then just trots it, oh, just I think, well, it is a scrum. It's a very, very difficult angle for us here, and that was a tremendous kick by Garry Schofield. Shaped a dummy one way, and then unleashed a lovely grubber kick to the corner. And a penalty for a trip by Dave Heron. I think it was intentional, but the referee does. So Hull Kingston now some midway between their own 25 and the halfway line. And it's a good charge. Miller was actually quite a lot at scrum half this year for Hull Kingston when they were troubled through injuries. Oh, there's another good break, but well held. Tackle by Dave Heron. And another good kick through. And a fine kicking game by both sides today. The evening now getting very cold indeed. Still a reasonable crowd to say that Hull Kingston are fighting against relegation. Haven't had a successful season at all. So it's been tight and doesn't look like it's going to be any different. That's a good break by Gill. Gill gets the ball out to Carl Gibson. Carl Gibson's still going, and that's an excellent break by Leeds. 40 yards out now. Creaser, oh, that's a lovely dummy, shaping inside. He's got men in support, he's got Gibbs. Oh, it's a great try. Oh, a lovely try by Garry Schofield, his second of the evening. Tremendous try. Garry Schofield's 17th try for Leeds, gives him 19 in total with his 2 in representative games. And what a super try. Here it comes. Creaser shows it right, hands off one man, looks for Schofield. Schofield at perfect there, past Bishop and under the posts. Lovely try. And I've no doubt now that Garry Schofield is back to his best. Just 4 minutes and 35 seconds of the half gone, and Garry Schofield with a very, very good try indeed. Chance now for Davy Creaser to kick his second goal of the evening, and he does so with great aplomb, straight between the posts. So Garry Schofield's try and David Creaser's conversion have now put Leeds 12 points to 9 in front. It's Hull Kingston 9, Leeds 12. Oh, and beautiful breakout, right to halfway. Gary Spencer it is. And Leeds suddenly on the rampage. Gibson. Just outside the 25. Heron. Looking for support, finds it from Ashton. Ashton, a long looping pass out. He's got Bentley on his outside as Gibson decides to come inside, still going. If Leeds win this game, it'll be a good victory because they're certainly under strength up front. Gill charging run. Just outside the Hull Kingston line, burrowing forward, Colin Maskell always lost the ball. Very close to the line, but not given, and straight out from the 25. Bounced the ball over the line, so Hull KR now with the opportunity to run the ball away. That's a good spell of pressure by Leeds. And certainly the Hull Kingston fans have been quietened by that try. And Leeds now got their noses in front. Can they stay there? Here's Sullivan. Oh, Miller in that move on 2 occasions, backing up, good support play. But that was the last tackle. Miller tried something instead of the normal up and under to lay the ball off. Schofield, well, being dragged back, managed to hold on. Oh, and Ashton's dropped it. And so, possession switching hands very regularly here. Leeds cannot afford to lose this game. Even if they're not to win the championship, they want the highest possible placing in the Premiership to at least make sure that a home game is theirs. It's Armstrong piling in there, using his weight, pushes forward into the yard, they play the ball. Miller chips it into the corner. Phil Ford going back, going to usher that one dead, and dead it goes. Matt Buck-Cowden. Leeds already sure of a place in the top 8, or virtually sure of a place in the top 8, but with handling like that, they're not going to be. So nobody wants an away match in the Premiership. And once again, the ball lost, and Heron picks it up, and now a chance for Leeds. David Heron makes ground to halfway. Oh, and a charging run by Roy Powell. Trying to get up, but of course Hull Kingston keeping on the floor as long as they possibly can. Gary Price. And just occasionally we've seen some very fluent handling from Leeds. Schofield chips it through. Going for the corner, Sullivan. Oh, good take indeed. Back with his left hand, they managed to pick it up, and Kingston trying to run the ball away. But, Paul Gill's in there. Typical build of a prop, very big across the shoulders. And he's had a good game. Very, very competent run out of defence, and he's done his stint of tackling the Alliance captain of Leeds. And that's forward. Sullivan was at least a yard and a half in front of Laws. And substitution being made. Numbers 12 and 9 going off. So we've got Paul Fletcher and David Watkinson coming off, and Steve Robinson and Craig O'Brien going on. Robinson is number 14 and O'Brien number 15. And that's Gary Spencer. He gets to 25. And Leeds now beginning to exert pressure. And Hull Kingston buckling slightly. Phil Ford, that typical little standing jink that he has, gets the ball out. Creaser shows it one way, gets the ball inside to Ashton. Ashton racing around in a circle, but he's down on the ground, can't release it now. And Ashton back in place of course, Delaney, who was suspended for 3 games after that incident against Wakefield. Maskell trying to burrow his way through. Garry Schofield with an attempted drop goal, ball bouncing off of a defender's chest, and suddenly it's Hull will get away, but Richard Pratt can't get very far with Phil Ford in attendance. A good charging run there by Michael Porter. Miller. Oh, well, missed out everybody. Fairburn it was that was there in support, and finally Craig O'Brien gets his first touch. And the kick through, and it's going to go into touch, is it? Yes, it is. Once more, it was Wayne Parker, and that was a good kick to that far side. So Ray Ashton to put the ball in. Quite a small penalty count in this game, and that's good, because giving away too many penalties for stupid things, apart from that 2 points in the 5th minute when they were caught offside and then didn't agree with the referee's decision and vehemently said so. That gained another 10 yards, and Mike Fletcher hammered the penalty over. Oh, and a disaster. Picked up there, it's O'Brien. O'Brien going for the line, and it's over. Well, O'Brien offloaded that one there, and Mike Fletcher coming on the far side, picking the ball up and going over in the corner, and it was all came from a Leeds error on the 25. We'll look at it again, the ball back, fumbled there, picked up. There goes O'Brien, out to Fletcher. Fletcher, despite Garry Schofield's attempted tackle, goes over in the corner. And suddenly the game swings back in Hull's favour. And Fletcher will now try wide out on that left-hand flank. He's right-footed kicker, so it'll be from that correct side for him. Well, he's hoisted high, but it floats away to the right of the post. The angle just a little bit too much for him. So that try there by Mike Fletcher has given us a score now of Hull Kingston Rovers 13, Leeds 12. And that try coming in the 57th minute. And straight back from the kickoff. And I just wonder whether Fletcher might just have a crack at goal from here. And it's 50 yards, but he's not going to do. Bishop's going to kick for touch. So Leeds dig the hole, get out of it, and now fall straight back in. It's only a point difference, but at the moment it's 2 points slipping from the grasp as far as the Stones Business Championship's concerned. They really have got to fight their way back into this game. I thought they were going to be well on top after that Garry Schofield try, second of the evening. Pushing forward. Now very close to that Leeds line, right in the shadow of the post. Michael Porter hits the ball out there. Des Harrison, but good tackling by Leeds, and they've really got to hold Hull Kingston back. Gavin Miller chips it through into the corner. Oof, and very nearly a try for Hull Kingston. Phil Ford scrambling around near his own line. It's a scrum. Just 5 yards out, and they have the put in. Oh, turning very nicely there, Robinson. Steve Robinson. And hard times here for Leeds, but a good tackle by Bentley. Bentley finally getting his opposite number into touch. Sullivan there, looking for a way through in the corner. And a good tackle by Bentley. And relief for Leeds as they win possession. So with 20 minutes remaining, Leeds 1 point down, and at the moment in their own 25. Roy Powell blasts his way a bit further. So a penalty to Hull Kingston. And once again, Bishop drives Leeds back. The Kingston fans now really getting on top for their team, cheering them forward. 2 points here would really do them the world of good. Having not seen their side win since January the 15th, and they're well and truly due a victory, but Leeds will certainly be hoping to do better. As Gavin Miller, well, he tried 1 or 2 slip passes there, neither of them came off. Michael Porter gets the ball out again. Miller once more involved, but Phil Ford's on that pass very quickly. Once again, it's Porter piling forward, but he can't get very far. Roy Powell has him in his clutches. That chance of a drop goal, and it fades away to the right of the post. Parker that was, having a quick chip at goal. And Leeds breathe a sigh of relief. Another point at less that they've got to get back. Just that 1 point in it. Kingston 13, Leeds 12. Kick going through and Sullivan chasing it well, but Spencer picks it up. Still a hard-fought duel. Can't see there being more than 5 or 6 points in this game at any stage. Carl Gibson trying to break away. And once again, Leeds pen back, and Carl Gibson has to pick the ball out of the corner and try and get clear. This is energy sapping stuff. Creaser looking for the break, but once again tackled. Leeds have been in that 25 for some period now. Oh, good play, Brooke Cowden. Oh, but Miller waiting for that one, intercepts well. And we're coming up now with just 15 minutes remaining. Been tough, uncompromising stuff. Garry Schofield with 2 tries, David Creaser with 2 conversions. Have given them their 12 points. Mike Fletcher with a try, Anthony Sullivan's try, and Mike Fletcher with 1 penalty and 1 conversion, and a Wayne Parker drop goal. That Wayne Parker drop goal at the moment, the difference between the 2 sides coming right at the end of the first half. And hoisted high into the lights. Underneath it is Phil Ford. Tries to get round one man. Shapes inside. Oh, a good run by Ford. Ford over 25. He's gone one way, then he's gone the other. He's still going, still straightening up. Gets to about 5 yards from halfway. And the crowd really rise to that one. And the penalty to Leeds for Parker not letting Phil Ford get up. Well, that was a tremendous run across the front of his posts, shaped to pass the ball out to John Bentley, then cut inside, raced away to the right, then straightened up again, fully 45 yards in a straight line, but he at least must have run 80 yards in that movement. And so now Leeds inside the Hull Kingston 25, and Hull will be desperate to hold them out. Ashton, long ball out to Schofield. Schofield can't get away there from Steve Robinson. And the substitutes on. Gill in a tremendous tackling stint and some good runs. Must be proud of his own performance tonight. Heron to Bentley. Bentley's come on that side. Coming in is Spencer. Spencer just a yard short. Diving over David Heron. Has he got the try? No, he hasn't. Well, that ball squirted from the grasp. Went over the line. Heron was quick as a flash onto it. But referee deciding that the ball had gone forward off of a Leeds hand. And so Hull get the respite of winning possession. As time ebbs away. Been a good tough encounter. Just at 1 point between the sides at the moment. Oh, well taken. Mark Brooke Cowden stealing the ball as the man went forward. And Leeds now got the bit between the teeth, just inside the 25. Roy Powell. Barging forward there is Gill. In the shadow of the post now. Just 10 yards out. 13-12 down. Heron going forward. Heron still going. Trips, falls, and he's over. He must be over. He is. David Heron. Well, that was a tremendous piece of strength by David Heron. He looked to have no chance 10 yards out, but he's got over. And Leeds are back in front once more. And David Creaser to take the kick at goal. And if Creaser kicks this, with his third of the night, will inch him a little bit more towards that 1,000 points for the club. He's kicked it well. We now have Leeds in front. It's Hull Kingston Rovers 13, Leeds 18. And 10 minutes remaining. Can Leeds build on this lead? Or if not, at least hold out. It's 5 points the difference. It's a score. Score for Hull Kingston will give them the game. Leeds just need now at least a penalty to make them relatively safe. And the long kick tactic now to drive them back and quickly up on them, and the halves and the centres getting forward, great speed. And tackling now has to be of the highest order. And a chance here. Heron gets it out to Gibson, and Gibson's just put into touch. And David Heron doesn't like it either. Everybody coming across. It looked like Gibson had got it down. And it's not to be. In fact, he must have been over the line and failed to ground it properly. Well, coming on for Leeds is number 15, which is Richard Gunn, and he's coming on for Mark Brooke-Cowden. That one has landed straight in touch, so ball back. And Leeds will have the put in. When you look at Hull Kingston's record, they've won only 2 of their last 11 Stonesborough Championship games. Oh, and Leeds lose possession. And Richard Gunn will certainly give Leeds some speed up front. And Garry Schofield penalised there for holding down, yet he was the guy who was on the floor. He couldn't get up because the man was sat on top of him. So Hull Kingston just 10 yards inside the Leeds half, and a good charge forward there. Gavin Miller trying his best to get something moving, and the ball squirted out, and it's been well picked up there. David Heron, scorer of that try, could be the decisive try. Powering over from 10 yards, he looked to stumble once, and he got back up off his knees and managed to dive over despite the attentions of 2 or 3 Hull Kingston defenders. Richard Gunn. The reason I know that, he's got the whitest shorts on the pitch. Everybody else feeling the pinch at the moment. Another substitution to be made by Leeds. Gary Lord. There, just on the edge of your picture. Can't see the number that's going to be held up, so we'll soon know. And possession is vital. I reckon now just 5 minutes to go on my watch. Back to Creaser. Creaser kicks it long and deep. But, there's Laws. Laws who's gone to full back with the Fairbairn having gone back off. And Robinson caught in possession. And Hull trying manfully to get away from this 25, but that's 3 good tackles that Leeds have put in. Oh, but that's a good break. Super run by Colin Armstrong. Just gained them that 10 yards that they needed there. Porter put to the ground. Oh, and Sullivan down that right wing, chips it over the top of Phil Ford. Can Sullivan get it? Oh, and he's missed it, he's run between his legs. What a chance for Hull Kingston. Well, that was a brilliant run by Sullivan, chipped it over the top of Phil Ford. He stopped just short of the line, and his haste to get to it, he bent down, and then the ball went between his hands, between his legs, and it was just too late for Sullivan to pick it up and go over. So hearts fluttering here. Really, everybody's hearts in their mouths as Sullivan raced for the line. But fortunately for Leeds, it didn't come off, and chances like that go begging when you're at the bottom. Oh, Garry Schofield gets that one away. Picked up by Laws. Laws got Sullivan on his outside, and that's an absolutely diabolical pass. And Sullivan's going to be nailed. And it was Garry Schofield who'd raced fully 80 yards from that kick through to nail him as well. Schofield with 2 tries this evening. And 17 for Leeds for the season. And at last the substitution being made, and it's John Bentley who's coming off. And there on goes Gary Lord. And the knock on. Leeds are very quick to recover the ball so that Hull Kingston didn't get the possession. They're probably likely to do from the scrum. But you never know. Colin Maskell will be doing his best to get this ball, but it's come out Hull's way. Oh, and drop pass. And Leeds in possession now. Hooter due to go very shortly. Still 5 points in front, and as long as they retain possession now, then they should get the 2 points from this game. Safety first rugby league needed from this point onwards. And the referee saying that the ball went forward. It's not something I didn't see, but I'm a lot further away from play, and the light's not particularly good here. And viewing is very difficult. And the Hull Kingston fans now beginning to make their way out of the ground. They need a flash of inspiration from someone. And it's been a hard-fought tussle, as I said a few times this evening. Neither side being able to get the supremacy for long. Hull Kingston, of course, had it early on. After 8 minutes, they were 8-0 in front. And then Garry Schofield pulled that try back, 8-6. And Wayne Parker's drop goal edging Hull Kingston further in front at half-time at 9-6. But then 5 minutes after the restart, Garry Schofield's try, 12 points to 9 after David Creaser had converted. And there goes a hooter. Well, tremendous win for Leeds with a very pack which had lost a lot of its strength with Lee Crooks and Hugh Waddell out. They had to reshape, and they've won by 18 points to 13 here at Hull Kingston. It's been a good, hard-fought victory. They've been behind, as I said, 8-0 after 8 minutes, then pulling back to 8-6 with Schofield's try and Creaser's conversion. Wayne Parker's dropped goal just edged Hull 9-6 in front at half-time. Then Garry Schofield's try, second of the evening, just 5 minutes after half-time, and David Creaser's conversion gave Leeds renewed hope at 12-9. Then a bad mistake on the 25, letting Mike Fletcher for a try, which he failed to goal, 13-12 to Hull Kingston. But then David Heron, just there, 10 minutes from the end, piling his way over from 10 yards out. He tripped, fell once, managed to get back up and get over, and David Creaser converted. Give us a final score here of Hull Kingston Rovers 13, Leeds 18. More importantly to Leeds, 2 points towards the Stonesbidder Championship, which they still harbour thoughts of, but 2 points towards a definite top 4 place in the Premiership. Final score, and many thanks from us, is Hull Kingston Rovers 13,